think that's about all I have for today. So
That's
y'all
great.
have a
Thank you,
great
Barb.
Sunday.
Yeah. Bernie's going to ask you all for money now. Just kidding.
Good morning. I'm Bernie Glavin. I'm typically at the 8 a.m. service. There's a lot of people here. So when Father Pete asked me to speak at the two services today regarding my relationship with the St. David's community, a little closer, okay. So when Father Pete asked me to speak at the two services today regarding my relationship with the St. David's community and the Pledge and Stewardship campaign, I was happy to help, but I have to admit a little bit anxious. Asking people for money when we all know how expensive everything is these days is a bit out of my usual comfort zone. But when the topic is important enough, we all stretch, right? So St. David's, almost 15 years ago, my wife Peggy and I realized that in our lives, a void, if you will. After being raised in families that had regular relationships with church, Peg in the Methodist Church and me with the Catholic Church, we had, for several reasons, drifted away. We had made a small effort on a few occasions, but never really seriously, and we decided it was time. We agreed that we would church shop, probably not the best term, but that we would visit a few local churches of different denominations and see if we could find a good fit. We decided to start at St. David's for two reasons. One, it was right around the corner from where we lived at that time, and two of our nieces, Kaylee and Julia, spent several wonderful years here at the day school. They still argue whether it's Mrs. Leishman or Mrs. Leishman because you all know they can't agree. So we came to the 8 a.m. service. We met folks who truly made us feel welcomed. We decided we would come a few more times to get a good feel for it, and we never went anywhere else. I'm not sure if that makes us really good shoppers or really bad shoppers, but it's worked out very well for us. We feel like a true part of a larger community here, and I often think of a saying that I heard elsewhere, but I think is very appropriate here at St. David's. When you have a bad week, you need the community. When you have a good week, the community needs you. When asked to describe the St. David's community, a few words come to my mind, and more importantly, they're not just words. I believe they're a way of life here at St. David's. Inclusion. This was key for us. Our older son is gay, and he and his husband are not welcome in many churches. Neither my wife nor I want to belong to a community that doesn't accept our whole family. It was clear from the moment we walked in here that all are welcome. Very important to us. Community. You feel it when you walk through the doors. People care about each other here. They want to help each other. They value each other. This is also evident in how St. David connects with the larger community externally through the Outreach Committee, Emmanuel Dining Room, clothing drives, Adopt a Family, and more. Our generosity helps to define us. Kindness and grace. Sometimes my favorite time here is the 10 minutes before the services. It's when you can sit back and really see the caring, the sincerity and the kindness we have for each other. I think our outreach is how we try to package this and share it with the community at large. It is greatly needed these days. So, like Father Pete said, on to the pledge campaign, and I have to ask you for money. Preparing the soil. The reality is that there are hard costs to keep this community going, and the generosity of the St. David's community has always been impressive. We're trying to be totally transparent here. The pledge goal for this year is $281,000. That's up from this current year's of $248,000. We are asking folks to do what they can, whether it's to increase your pledge by 8, 10, or 12%. We know that not everybody may be able to do this, and we trust that you will do the best that you can. The increases will be used to cover expenses and to hopefully increase our outreach efforts, our revitalized youth and children's programs, our music ministry, and the ever-rising building, maintenance, and utilities. Thank you for listening and for your ongoing generosity.